video, we're going to talk about fixing loose stitches and snags in your knitting. And this was a question that came to me from Laura on Facebook. She asked me how to correct a loose stitch. And I'm pretty good at correcting loose stitches because I have 3 dogs who are allowed on all of the blankets in the house, all the hand knit blankets, and their nails catch and pull out loose stitches like this. So I've become somewhat of an expert at this, and I'm happy to help. The loose stitches is one thing, but the other thing I'm going to show you how to fix are snags. And I have this little tool called a snag fixer that I got at the fabric store, just local chain fabric store, and it was only a few bucks. This was actually the really fancy model with the comfort grip. The other kind that was just a little stick with the same end was cheaper, but I went all luxury on mine. This is basically a little latch hook, and I know you can't see it from where you are, but if you know what a latch hook looks like, that's what this is. It's just super tiny. I can barely even see it without my glasses. But let's go ahead and take a look, and first we'll do fixing loose stitches. So I have this swatch here, and I'm going to pretend that I'm a dog's nail and pull this stitch really loose like that. I see this all the time at my house. Now, if you take a look at actually the way that a knit stitch looks, we're looking at the V like this, and the V runs, I'm looking at this V right here. The V runs behind this, the V above it, and then it kind of comes out, it goes like shoulder, head, shoulder. That's how the knit stitch is actually made. That's kind of the behind the scenes working of the knit stitch. If we look at this one right here, it's like shoulder, head, shoulder. And if you know that, then you know exactly the way the yarn is running in a stitch, and you can see what you can pull to fix a problem like this here. Now I have taken just the right leg of this stitch and pulled it out so that it's a mess. First, I will even it out with the left leg like that. It's already starting to look better. And then if I look at this like shoulder, head, shoulder, I can go between the columns, and this is the shoulder I'm talking about. I can pull that, have that pick up some of the slack, and pull on the other shoulder and have that pick up some of the slack. And anytime you do something like that, then give your work kind of tugs to help even things out even a bit more. I'm not sure where my stitch was anymore. That really helped. It's this one right here. I'm going to give it another tug on the shoulders between the columns, shoulder, head, shoulder, and then tug it around some more. And yeah, I don't think we can tell where it was anymore. That's pretty good. That's exactly what I do. I take one of these little bamboo pins, and I'll give you a link in the video description field. I don't know what it is about these little bamboo pins. I love them, and everybody who tries them loves them. They're nice for pointing things out and fixing things like this. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to show you is how to use this snag fixer. And this is the tiny latch hook thing. But first I have to create a mess that's going to frighten some people. Scissors to the knitting. This is if the dog's nail has a snag in it, I guess. And you end up with a ply or 2 of the yarn actually cut. And so you have a snag, and no matter, I hope you can see that snag. It's a pretty big snag. The snag is right here. You have a snag like this, and no pulling on the shoulders of the stitch is going to help with this, because this is actually a piece of broken, a ply of broken yarn. So that's where this little handy tool comes in. I am going to mark the spot with this little pin where the snag is, and flip my work over, and then push the snag fixer up through that same hole. I can take the pin out at this point, if it'll come out. There we go. And now, because this is a tiny latch hook, I want to put the snag inside this hook and close it up. First I have to have the hook open. Where's my snag? I put the snag inside of the tiny hook, close it, and pull it through to the back of the work. Look at that. Perfect. No more snag. I can't even tell where it was. Let's see if we can tell where it was in the back. Yep, it's right here. It's a big snag. I tell you, it's a big snag. And as long as it's in the back of the work, the front of the work looks great. We can't tell where our loose stitch was. We can't tell where our snag was anymore. And that's it. Now you can go around your house finding all the loose stitches on all of your knits and fixing them like this. Thanks again to Laura on Facebook for the idea. Good luck.